good morning, guys. Today we're looking at Dawn here. It's been on a pretty good tear all morning, going from about $7 all the way up to $16 per share here. We have blue looking like it's pretty much leveled out for the day, but we might see something out of this one. It started today around $3.70. It got as high as just over 7.50 there. We've got ABVC. Not a whole lot going on with this. No price action. Not a lot of volume to accompany it either. HILS is looking a little bit better. I'm not too fond of playing the things that are just sitting around $1, but if it starts to move pretty good, we could make some good money off this. It started around 90 cents. We got as high as $1.37. We're back down to about $1 here, so we might see some movement out of that. Same with EKSO here. Starting up around $1.88, got pretty well as high as almost 250 there. Back down to that $2 mark here, right on that 200 EMA, so hopefully we'll see something out of that. RDVX surprisingly broke that $11 resistance. Today it's been sitting around that $18 mark. It could go higher from here. On a daily scale, it looks pretty good right now. We're breaking into new highs of anything in the current time zone, so it could be something that runs pretty good today. So we'll have to keep an eye on RDBX, even though it's not something we necessarily prefer playing in that price range. IMP took a nasty fall today. Looks like it might recover, and PBTS is looking all right as well. Looks like it broke from below that VWAP and 200 EMA above. Nasty red candle though. So going back to Dawn, it's starting to head down now. Blue also heading down. ABVC is not doing a whole lot. HILS is starting to head up. I think I'm going to jump in on HILS a little early here. So we're going to go HILS $1.10. We're going to aim for $1.20 and then $1.05 stop. So we're giving it a fairly big stop here. We kind of need that room. Even $1.05 looks a little risky, but we got to try something with these massive candles. We did see it go all the way up to $1.21 there. I don't know if he jumped in that quickly or not, but looks like you're going to get another shot at it. All right, so we're at $1.18 here. $1.19. This is ranging quite a bit, so take profits wherever you want. We are up pretty good on it, so just keep that in mind. Dawn might recover here, but I think it might come down to that 200 or the VWAP line, and we might take a play off it there. RDBX is heading down quite a bit here. IMP looks like it might recover, but it might take some time. PBTS after that nasty red candle looks like it might stay here and start heading back up. We're at 124 on HILS. That's past PT. Looking good. Scaling out some here. 125. Dawn looks like it's starting to head up as well. This is something that could be playable, so I want to try a Dawn play as well. We're going to go for a $15 entry. We're going to go for a $14 stop loss, and then we're going to go for a $16.50 PT. Or $16.15 PT. You could probably cut it before 14 if you want. I think that's a lot of room for this to move around, so we'll have to see what happens. But basically just wanted a stop loss near the bottom of that candle there. Give us some room. HIL's still going. We're at 134, 133 on this, so I'm going to start to scale out a little bit more here. We're doing pretty good on that. Dawn holding that $15 mark. RDVX might come back here. That's something I want to keep an eye on. IMP is also looking a little bullish here. PBTS still dropping. We're at 145 on HILS here. I think we might actually be halted. Yeah, we're definitely halted. Okay. Dawn heading down a little bit. We did hit a high there of 1550, back down to about 1460. Looking not great right this second. RDBX making a nice recovery here. Looks like it might get rejected off that 200 EMA, but we'll have to wait and see. Imp waiting to see if that can break VWAP. Nasty drop on Dawn. We're going to see if this stops us out. I don't think it will, though. I think it should recover. Might be worth the risk. We'll see. RDBX gets rejected pretty hard off that 200 EMA as expected. Looks like it's going to either continue down or go for round 2 at it. A little bit of a recovery on Dawn here, and HILS is still halted. Oh. We are up pretty huge on HILS. We're up like 30% or something. It's pretty crazy. AERC you can take a look at. Oh, don't want to do that. Yeah, AERC is looking pretty good. Pre-market was a little spotty, but it looks like volume's really picked up here, going from 11.40 as high as almost $13. So this is looking like it could be something that moves throughout the day. Blue's down pretty good now. Imp is still holding that 76-cent level. Dawn back down a little bit here. We're getting very close to that stop out. If you're not comfortable taking that stop out, I'd definitely be looking for like a 14.50 exit if you can. Still waiting on HILS. RDBX looks like it might be trying for that retest. ABVC looks like it's starting to break out here a little bit, but that volume is pretty low, so don't necessarily want to make a call on that. PBTS is heading down. Dawn really struggling here, although it looks like we're hitting a bottom. Unfortunately, that bottom is so close to our stop. Very, very close to stopping out there. Yeah, RDBX got rejected again. Looks like it might try for around 3 so far, but I think it's probably going to end up heading down. And Imp looks like it can't hold either. That one's going to start to head down. ABVC starting its breakout here. PBTS all the way down to that VWAP line. This is an area we want to watch. Although we haven't seen any bullish pressure at all on the stock since that pre-market jump, so stuff tells me it was an institution buying last minute, and we're probably stuck with a lot of bag holders on the retail side thinking it was going to go up. Yeah, AERC broke that $13 mark all the way up to about $13.30 there. Pretty crazy stock. We might be able to take a play on it. We could try. What's the worst that happens? AERC. I guess we're going to try for about a $13 entry. We're going to go for a 14.50 PT and then a 12.50 stop loss. It's not a huge stop loss. I really don't want to give this a huge stop loss. We're expecting this to continue up. As AERC. Up a little bit on it so far. Still waiting for HILS to unhalt here. Dawn did stop us out. AERC is up. We're up about 30-40 cents here. Still waiting on Dawn here. This might be a good play either way now that we're down at this VWAP line. I think it might be. I think I'm going to try it. Much tighter stop loss this time, though. We're going to go for a 13.90 entry. So right there, we're going to go for a $15 PT and then a 13.70 stop. So we're just giving it a really tight stop here. We really don't want to see this come down any lower past that VWAP. So right there. Didn't actually have time to draw that support and resistance line in on any of these stocks today. I was too busy downloading software to get the computer ready. 1425 looking good. HILS unhalt near that 170 mark. We're gonna start to scale out some more here. Whoops, that's right. Scaling out HILS around 170, leaving a small runner. AERC did knife back down pretty hard. It didn't stop us up, but it came down to 1270. We're up to 1360 on it. HIL's still going. We're going to start scaling around this 176 mark. We're up huge on HILS right now, like massive. Yeah, that was a pretty well at 50, might even be more than 50%, a little bit more. I bet you I'm pretty close to making what Ross Cameron did there, except he made 6,000 using $600,000, and I'm gonna make 6,000 using like $3,000. It's too bad he doesn't play things like this, or maybe he is playing it. I don't know. I'm not watching his stream, but RDBX just took a nasty, nasty fall, absolutely crapping out there. So I don't think we'll be touching that. That's for sure. HILS still sitting around that 175, 176 area. We are at 180 now on HILS. We still have a little bit left in it. It's got to come down. I doubt HILS will keep going. Dawn still struggling. We have seen a little bit of profit here as it reaches 1450. Nothing major. Imp looks like it hit the bottom, starting to recover again. Blue continues down. Looks like that was a dead cat bounce. ABVC I'm going to close down. EKSO I'll keep open for now because the volume's looking okay on it, but I'm not too convinced yet. PBTS might recover off this VWAP line. It's looking okay, but again, you know what? We haven't seen too much in terms of bullishness. We are seeing a nice curl up though, so and it didn't break that VWAP, so that's a couple signs that we could use to say it might be time to get in on this. I think it's worth a shot. PBTS. I'm not going to aim for something huge here. We're going to go for a $1.20 entry, $1.30 PT, and a $1.17 stop. So we don't really want too much room here. $1.17 is plenty. We're at $1.23 on it, so it's not doing too bad here. HILS does tap out after a $1.82 there, starting to head back down a little bit. EKSO makes this move, breaks through that 200 EMA, fairly bullish. PBTS looking good. AERC all over the place. We saw it go up to about 1375, and then as low as 1250. Our entry on AERC is around 1311, 1315, something like that. So I mean, we could take some profit around that 1360 mark, 1370 mark, but it's not fantastic. I think we look like we're topping out here, so taking profits isn't necessarily the worst option. We've got Imp here sitting pretty low. RDBX starting to maybe start to move up here, but I think it's more likely that it's another dead cat bounce. We got OPTN popping up on the scanner. Take a look at that. OPTN. Not good. HTCR. That one's looking okay. We'll keep that one open. Also else. No, don't like that. PBTS, nice spike, 127. We're looking pretty good on that. We could start to scale out. PBTS. Not a huge win, but it's okay. It's doing okay. I think we'll probably get a little bit more out of this. Dawn all over the place still. We're still seeing it go up to 1460 and then back down to 1390, back up to 1450. It's all over the place in that small range, but it should start to move up. Although, you know what, we haven't really seen too much bullish, not a lot of bullish candles here. There's not a lot of bearish candles either. It's kind of flipping back and forth. But if you're not really looking to take that risk, you could always, well, you could have always gotten out around that 1450 mark if you wanted to, or start to scale out around that 1450 mark. Definitely nothing wrong with taking some profits there. We've got AERC is the last full open trade right now. And that one's looking pretty good here at 1365. I'm going to start to scale out on that one. AERC. ABVC we could take a look at. It's not looking too bad. I don't really like that gap right there, but besides that, it's looking okay. Volume's a little low. Low volume just makes it hard to play because I hate telling people to buy in on illiquid stocks. The spread's usually pretty bad, or can start to get pretty bad if a lot of people buy in. All of a sudden, we've got PBTS around that 125 mark. Yeah, where is it? There it is. Yeah, huge jump. We're at 1450 on it. Definitely time to scale out some on AERC here. Good call on that. I didn't even see a jump that high. I'm going to take out some profits now. Out some more profits on AERC. A 1458. Whoa. All right, cool. RDBX back up a little bit here. We're going to see if this is a dead cat bounce. We have Dawn here looking like it might just continue its breakdown. And we have HILS here looking like it's maybe another decent entry. It is up really high, so this is risky, but we're going to go for a $1.65 entry. We're going to go for a $1.85 PT and then a $1.60 stop out. So we're just going to give it 5 cents. It's very, very tight. We could end up getting stopped out here pretty easily, but it's worth a shot. Just be really careful with your entry. Try to get as low as possible. I'm waiting a second here. Okay, it's looking good. A little bit happier now that we're a little bit further away from that stop. Still hard to not watch though, because it is so close still. And these candles are very big. Given that the stock is a less than $2, this specific candle's ranging from $1.64 to $1.72. That's pretty huge. RDBX was another dead cat bounce. We have Imp here not really going anywhere. Blue still heading down. EXO not really doing much. We have PBTS back up to that 125 area with a high of 127. We have AERC tapping out at 1470, sorry. HTCR not doing terrible here, but we are in a range. Looks more likely that it'll come down rather than go up. ABVC, it's too bad the volume's kind of all over the place. 1 minute here, it's 1,000. The next minute is 28,000. Yeah, it's kind of all over the place. Feels looking good. We're almost at that 180 level here. We're aiming for 185. Shouldn't be too far off, but at 180 we can definitely start to take some profit. Starting to take some profit on HILS around 180. Whoop. 182, perfect. So this was very risky. We are playing something that's already had a huge run as it continues to do so. But you know what? Sometimes you gotta take those risks and it pays off. Definitely paid off this time. PBTS starting to worry me. We're not going to get past that $1.27. I'd be looking to take profits around that level. Closing position on PBTS around 127. Top band, bottom band, both really starting to curl into each other here. Not something I want to be a part of, so I'm going to take my exit on that. AERC starting to head back down, so we want to make sure that we close that position too if you're not out of that yet. AERC if you aren't out yet. Oops. Oh well. Close enough. People know what I mean. HTCR made a little bit of a jump here, going from 270 to 286. ABVC's back up a little bit. Again, that last candle was again 1000 volume. This one's looking like it's going to be maybe another 1000 volume. It might come back here. We have RDBX starting to turn around again, probably for another dead cat bounce, but we are really close to the bottom here, so I mean, at this point, maybe it's a recovery. HILS back up a little bit to 181 or 180. Let's see if it can hit 181. If it can break 182, I think we're due for a big push. 185, 189. We are past PT, 190. Perfect. We're past PT on HILS now. And we're going to start to scale it a little bit more at 190. Starting to scale more out. Just secure some more of those profits. 192. Perfect. Yeah, you know what? I keep thinking Dot's going to recover too, but the way I look at it is I've been wrong twice on it already, so I could be wrong a third time. So why would I sit here and play this when I'm predicting HILS pretty well right now and I'm making a lot of money off HILS? So I'm just focusing on this one. I'd rather pick something that I haven't been wrong on and making more money than something that I am wrong on, and it obviously would make less money. So yeah, sometimes I just even close down the chart altogether if I'm having a hard time predicting movement on it, just so I'm not tempted to take a play when I think I know what it's doing again. Looks like HILS is starting to head down. Probably a good time to jump back in. $1.65. We're gonna go for $1.85 again and $1.60 stop. Again, eventually we are gonna get stopped out doing this because, well, you know what? We're really high up on the stock. It's gonna happen. But until then, I'm gonna have fun doing it over and over again. Until it decides that the party's over. RDBX, that looked a little more bullish here, a little bit more than a dead cat bounce, so this could be the actual recovery this time. Bit twice, yeah. Yeah, Don is it's just one of those stocks. We have those stocks almost every day that looks like it's gonna do something and then it just continually stops you out, so we'll just let it be. Same with Imp, you know what? I think I'm gonna close down Imp pretty soon here because it hasn't broken past that VWAP line. Blue, I'm just going to close because that's been bearish all day. EKSO, decent volume, decent price action. It's been holding pretty steady. I'm going to keep it open. I'm not sure I'm going to play it, but we'll keep it open. Same with PBTS. This could be another win if we drop back down to that VWAP line, which we're getting very close already. So that could be another potential opportunity, depending on what these bands start to do here pretty quick. HILS were back up to 170 so far, looking okay there. Yeah, we're just going to close down. I don't want to look at that. I'll be tempted to take a play on it on the screen. All right. Where's PBTS? There we go. Okay, so it's falling past that VWAP bearish sign. It should bounce off of this 200 EMA, and this could be a good opportunity. PBTS, I'll explain in a minute. 120, try for 138. That will get that. And then a 118 stop. So we're going to do a tight stop at 118 because we are close to this last support line. We're expecting this is going to hold. If it doesn't hold, it's not really a huge loss to us. We get a 2-cent stop out and, we move on with our day. So, but the upside potential to this kind of a trade is huge. A lot bigger than the downside. ES is just down like crazy over the past couple days, eh? Like, look at that. Where's the bottom? Seriously, if someone could tell me the bottom, like what kind of zone we're looking at for the next one so I can figure out my play for the day, that'd be great. A or C's at 15. Yeah, it is too. 15.25. A, yeah. Are you still holding from like $13? Or did you jump in again, or did you get in like later? Nice, look at that movement. Hill's hitting pretty low here. One thing I'm a little concerned about is our stop isn't quite low enough to hit that VWAP line, so if this does do a VWAP bounce, we will be out. Party could be over on Hills. It could be. We'll see, though. RDBX rejected very hard there. I'm starting to curl up again. This could be the last chance we see to see this break through that VWAP, so we'll give it a minute. We'll see what it does. Hill's still holding okay so far. PBTS did get up to 122 there, back down to 120. We're going to see if that breaks down. AERC still sitting up really high. That could be the next play, but at this height, I'm not convinced quite yet. Yeah, nothing else new on the scanner, it looks like. RDBX still sitting up around $16. We're still safe on Hills somehow. Not really sure how yet. It does look like it's starting to recover. It could stop us out in an instant here, so I'm not getting my hopes up on it. We are very close to the zero line on MACD. If it does start to break down from there, we'll be stopped out for sure. So I'll have to see what happens with that. These bands are coming in really tight though, so even if we do get stopped out here, which we are very, very close, there's a stop out. This could be another potential playoff VWAP because these bands are really tight, but I want to see a little bit of a recovery here first. We'll have to see. We'll see what it has in store for us. PBTS back up to 122. AERC still sitting really high. Yeah, this is one of those ones I want to kind of keep an eye on. Once we get down to that 9 EMA, it could be a potential entry. Yeah, you know what? I'm good to try on Hills again. Even though we stopped out on it, I think I don't want to miss a potential entry here at 160-ish. We're gonna aim for 180 again, and then a 155 stop out. So we're gonna give it a little bit of extra room here. Not a lot, but enough. That puts us below that VWAP. Get rid of some of these old stop losses. All right, so we're looking like it is moving back up, so we should be able to at least make our stop back. We are making our stop back very quickly here. We're at 170 already. So this is one of those times, usually when I get stopped down, something I'm too salty to enter again right away, but with an opportunity like this, you definitely have to just, put your salt aside and just jump into it. We've got AERC starting to move back up. Hasn't quite come down to that 9 EMA, which I was hoping for, but we're getting there. Big green candle here going to 177. We can start to scale out. Starting to scale out of Hills again here. 177. Oh. Wow, we're 183. That was quick. That is PT on Hills. I'm curious to see what we've made on Hills today. Let me find it. We first trade on Hills was 56%, second trade on Hills 15%, third trade was -2. Next one is already at 13%. So we're making bank on Hills. Yeah, Hills is great. It's too bad the pre-market is so early in the morning because like I would love to get up even earlier and watch Dawn with it like its whole run for the entire pre-market. Really need to switch time zones. I already get up at 4 in the morning. I can't imagine having to get up at like 2. ARC's at 9 EMA. That's definitely something we want to take a look at. Okay, so it might hold here. If it doesn't, that VWAP is very far. We'll take a chance. AERC. I guess we're gonna aim for about 1480-ish. If we get in higher, that's okay. We're gonna go for $16 as a PP here, and then a 1440 stop loss. So wherever you get in, just give it about a 40-cent stop loss. We're aiming for about that with a 2-to-1 ratio. So, I mean, if we get up to like 1580, that would be a good point to start to scale out at. Um, yeah, we'll have to see what that has in store. Hills looks like it could potentially go for another run here. We still have lots and lots of volume left in the market. It's looking really good. We might see a slight pullback here, maybe back down to that 9 EMA, maybe even down to that VWAP again. I would say if it hits that VWAP again, we could be in a little bit of trouble. So I'd rather it not. RDVX finally breaking positive here. It was the recovery down here when we were pointing out that it was near the bottom of the day. So if anyone took that play, I guess congrats. It looks good. Going from, about $15 to 16 or 17 bucks. That's pretty good. ARC's up pretty big here. We're at 1560. Hill is still struggling a little bit, but man, if we can break another new high on this, that would be pretty fantastic. PBTS, I forgot we were even in that trade. We're looking pretty good on this. Looks like we hit 125. That's not a bad place to start to scale out. In fact, I'd be pretty comfortable with that. Starting to scale out of PBTS. It's not huge gains, but it's okay. And this is what I was talking about. The upside on this is so big compared to the downside, because if we saw anything below that 200 EMA, it would actually just be worth cutting. But since we were so sure that it was going to hold there, and there was so much more upside on that. Hey, way to go, Remy. Yeah, for sure, man. Yep, PBTS is looking good here, 128. So we're starting to scale out now. Very close to PT, but definitely want to secure these profits. We are seeing a newer high than before. Hill's looking good. AERC is still looking good. We did touch that $16 mark, so that is where we want to start scaling out. Start scaling out of AERC around 16. What was our PT on it? It was 16. Okay. Well, yeah, we're hitting PT then. Half the time, I actually don't even know what numbers I'm aiming for anymore. I'm just kind of like going with it. Not the best way to trade. You should have a better grasp on the numbers, but I was up so late setting up this computer and stuff, so I didn't really have a lot of time to sleep, and then I had to get up and install all the software and everything on it because I run like 17 different pieces of software when I'm trading. It's kind of a pain. What did we get in at? We got in around 1490-ish on AERC, so this is looking pretty good at that 1620 mark. Hills did hit a pretty nasty knife there. We did see 183. It's a good thing we started to scale out most of our profit there at around that price point, because holy moly, that would have sucked. We're going to leave this be for now because this is definitely due. Yeah, that definitely looks like a head and shoulders. It's close enough. As long as it's within a couple percent of the two shoulders, it's usually pretty accurate. And it was 178 to 181. Yeah, close enough, I'd say. ARC still looking okay. RDBX is up at $18, so it looks like it's getting ready for a new run as it just breaks its high for the day. So this could be something we want to potentially watch. Imp here is dropping. EKSO not really doing a lot. We did hit PT on PBTS, so that's something we're gonna start to close out on maybe. We're gonna take some more profit on that. Not really much higher than the last time, but we are gonna leave a small runner in this because you never know. We could get up to 135 on it. HTCR is not really something I want to play. Same with ABVC, so we're gonna close those down. PBTS still looking pretty bullish actually. EKSO is another possibility. I've been kind of ignoring this because HILS was really good. But if HILS continues to look bad, we might switch over and play EKSO or RDBX. And we're still in AERC with a runner here, and it's looking good at 1640. HILS looks like it might recover here. We are below that VWAP. I don't see much in terms of support at this level, unless this is a Wyckoff dip, so we're going to have to see. If this candle turns green, this could be a recovery. We did see a lot of buying pressure here, so that's what's keeping me interested in this right now. I think I'm good to take a chance right here and just have a really tight stop. So, well, if you are jumping in on HILS again, this is really risky. So, I guess be ready to stop out on it. $1.55. We're gonna aim for $1.80 again on it, which seems pretty crazy. And then $1.52 stop out. So we have this really tight, just in case it does start to head back down. If you can get better than 155, you can move your stop loss down maybe a cent or two. And that would be beneficial, but anything past that wouldn't be beneficial. So I wouldn't move it down too much if you get lower. At this point, we're basically hoping there's bag holders up here that are holding us up, and we have new buyers coming in to take an opportunity that aren't very great with, I guess, technical analysis because this is looking fairly bearish right now. That's your setup? Way to go, man. PBTS is at 136, yeah. 138. We did break a new high on PBTS here, so we're aiming for that 140 mark, but we're gonna start to scale out some more on PBTS. Scaling out the rest of PBTS except a very small runner here. $1.42. That's amazing. That was actually, see that, look at that upside potential. We almost made 20 cents on the stock. Actually, did we make 20 cents? At 140, we technically made 20 cents. So that was huge. That's a huge trade. AERC did hit $17, yeah. So if hopefully you took some more profits on the way up there. I took a little bit, but I didn't actually see it hit 17, so I should have taken more out of 17 to be honest, but wasn't really paying attention to it. We did stop out on what's this called, HILS, if you didn't take any profits, but we did get up to 161, which isn't terrible. I didn't take profits on it. I did stop out, unfortunately. Just scalp the knife. That's not a bad idea. I'm gonna stay out of this for now. I don't know if it's gonna maintain being bullish or not. I don't know. I could change my mind here pretty quick. Nice. Way to go. 1530 to 1560. That's not bad. RDBX is looking interesting. I would agree. I think we could probably see a bounce off VWAP here. I mean, we might see a bounce even before that, but I would like to see it off the VWAP. Makes me a little more comfortable. Okay, yeah, HILS looks like it's dying, so we're pretty much done with that. ARC looks like it might be dying as well. RBDX might be the next play. We do have Imp still looking like it's getting close to that VWAP. Hasn't done it all day, so I don't think we're gonna play it because it's just not moving enough to really make money. Yeah, we'll just close it. EKSO could be a potential play here. We are breaking bearish on that MACD, so that's something to keep in mind. PBTS all the way back down, so we took a perfect opportunity to take most of our profits out of PBTS as it drops. So I'm gonna close down the recording here because this is like the boring half of the day. But we are up about 2,500 bucks today, bringing us to 6,000 on the account, which is 70% up. We're up 121% today. Not bad for a Monday. Mondays are usually okay, but this is a pretty good Monday. HILS obviously being the big winner here, 56%, 15%, 13%. We did take a PBTS trade for 15%, which was pretty good, and AERC at 11% so far. So you know what, that's pretty good too. Actually, AERC we made pretty good money on that. That was twice. We made 8%. That we made a 15 or 11% there. So. Yeah, but yeah, today's been some pretty huge wins. Definitely nothing to cry over. Yeah, yeah, it's definitely good today.